You can get an extremely powerful armor set as soon as you gain access to the lodge in New Atlantis. Use your key to go downstairs and you will find a mannequin in a glass case behind a master level lock. If you position your cursor just right in this corner section of the glass, you can interact with the mannequin and loot the suit without having to actually pick the lock. You can use the cargo hold of your ship to help you carry the loot you acquire when exploring. You can access this menu without actually boarding your ship, as long as you're in the same zone by going to the ship menu and transferring items this way. You can also store excess loot in your companion's inventory if your ship is full, by talking to them and selecting Let's Trade Gear. There's a box in the basement of the lodge that can store an infinite amount of loot if you go down the stairs to the area where we found the mannequin. This is very useful for long-term storage, especially if you have tons of certain resources. I recommend leveling up the weightlifting skill ASAP to increase your carrying capacity. It's very easy to level this skill up, and the extra 100 kilograms of weight is very valuable early on when you have less storage room in your ship. You can rest at any bed for a 24-minute buff that gives you 10% bonus XP. Sleeping at a bed will also fully heal you, so don't waste your money at the doctor. I recommend setting up outposts to farm materials that you'll need a lot of, such as aluminum, iron, and copper. In most cases, you'll need to build your outpost on top of the resource that you want to harvest. You'll also need to build solar arrays to power your extractors. I also like building a transfer container to store the large quantities of the extracted materials automatically. If you mouse over the extractors, you can use mouse 2 to create an output link, go do some missions, and come back later for hundreds of free resources. You can go to the city of Neon as soon as you leave New Atlantis. You get there by traveling to the Voli system and going to Voli Alpha. On top of the city having cool cyberpunk vibes, it's home to many useful vendors for weapons, armor, medical supplies, etc. You can remove a stolen item tag by fencing the item at the Trade Authority. Neon has one of these next to the weapon shop. You need to do this at an NPC, not a kiosk. Sell the item to the vendor and then leave the trade menu, but don't end the conversation. When you go back into the trade menu, you can buy the item back and it will no longer have the stolen tag.